Hello there, Year 1 children. Hope you're all well at home. You're doing your learning plans and working very, very hard. Hope you've managed to spot on YouTube our song for our VE Day assembly next week and signs that Mr James did with me. If you haven't, have a look and get practicing. We need your help. Also made the hat that Mrs Preston demonstrated on YouTube. That'll be fab. I'm going to read you a story today called The Toymaker. I think I've read work by this author before. His name's Martin Waddell. I really love Martin Waddell's stories. I think the way they're illustrated look quite nice as well. And that's Terry Milne who did the illustration there. Think about the Toymaker there. Does it look like a toy shop now? Where might this Toymaker have lived? Let's find out about the type of toys that he makes and what happens. Once upon a time, there was a Toymaker called Matthew. He loved making toys. He worked hard all day long, tap, tap, tapping and stitch, stitch, stitching. He sold the toys he made to people who came to his shop so that he could make money to help himself and his daughter, Mary. I think he's making a puppet there. You can see a Noah's Ark as well. What other toys can you see? Mary was not strong. She could not go out to play with the other children. She stayed inside and watched them through the shop window. And sometimes she was lonely. Matthew wanted to make her happy, so he made her special toys. They were dolls. He made them very carefully so that each doll looked like one of the children who played outside the shop. Isn't that nice? Mary played with the dolls. She called them Max and Lily and Bertie, after the children outside. They made her happy. Because she was happy, she grew stronger. At last, she was able to go outside to play. She played and she played and she played. The dolls sat in the shop, in the window watching. Matthew watched too, as he worked. He smiled when she laughed, because he loved her. No one played with the dolls anymore. Matthew thought that Mary had forgotten them. He put them safely on the shelf at the back of the shop. People saw the dolls and asked, "How much is this one?" But Matthew said, "They're not for sale. They belong to Mary." He would not sell the dolls, not a single one, for they were his memories and they kept him company. Dolls are keeping him company now. Once upon another time, an old lady came to the toy shop with her granddaughter Jane. The toy shop was empty and deserted. "I wanted you to see it just once before it was sold," the old lady told Jane. "This was your great-grandpa's shop where I lived when I was a little girl." "Was he the one who made my Noah's Ark?" Jane asked. "He made lots of toys," the old lady said. "Where are they?" Jane asked, looking round at the dusty shelves. "They're all gone now," said the old lady, and she sat still, gazing out through the window. Jane went looking for toys just in case, and she found some in a dusty cupboard at the back of the shop. I wonder which toys she's found. They were dolls. She took them to the old lady because she didn't want her granny to be sad, and she thought the dolls might make her smile again. "Max and Lily and Bertie," the old lady said. "They were my special toys. I played with them here when I was a little girl." "Can I play with them?" Jane asked. "I'm sure they would like that," the old lady said. And Jane put the dolls in the window of the shop where they could see the street outside. An old couple passed by the shop window. The man stopped and looked at the dolls. "That's me, Lily," he said. "And that's me," said his wife. "And that's Bertie." They called to Bertie to come and see. "That's you, Bertie," the old man said. "They are us, the way we used to be." The old people wanted to buy the dolls, and they came into the shop and they tried to persuade the old lady to sell them. But the old lady said, "They're not for sale," and she would not sell them, not a single one. "But they are us," Max said. "You've got to sell them to us, Mary." "I can't sell them to you," the old lady said. "They belong to you already." And she gave her old friends the dolls that were themselves and the way they used to be. The old people were pleased, but Jane wasn't. All the dolls were gone and she'd none left to play with. "I'll make you a doll," said the old lady, "just like the ones your great-grandpa made for me." And she did. She tapped, 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 and stitched, stitched, stitched very carefully until the dolls were made. She made it with love, for she had not forgotten. Who's the doll of? It's right down Matthew, isn't it? Okay, children, if you enjoyed that story, have a lovely weekend. Keep practising things you need to practice for next week in our assembly, please. Just remember the school motto: if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. Smile your way through the weekend. Bye-bye.